Hi everybody. So I know that a lot of you have been having trouble on IXL 7th grade CC8, which is on lesson 10-2 biased and unbiased samples. So I'm going to do this video in two parts. One reason being that I've made this video like 4 times and it isn't recording. And then the second reason being that you can have this document or this picture up on one screen while you guys are doing IXL. So in this topic, you guys need to be able to understand if a sample is biased or unbiased. So there are 2 types of each types of samples. Okay, so the first 2 that are on here called simple random sample and systematic random sample. These are examples of unbiased. Okay, and unbiased samples are a good thing, and the reason why is because they accurately represent the entire population. So we would say that those results are valid or that they're true. Okay, so the other 2 types are down here, and these are biased. And biased samples are not good because one or more parts of the population are favored. Okay, and so the 2 specific types are called convenient sample and voluntary response sample. So at the top, I wrote down a question. And this question says, what is the best sport you've played in PE? So let's say that Miss Wilson wants to know what the students at Muscatel, what they think the best sport that they've played in PE is. So she's going to do a survey, okay? So I'm going to use this survey question and go through and explain the different types of samples related to this to help you understand. So a simple random sample, so that's this one, the first row, would mean that each person, let me get my highlighter, sorry about that. Each person in the population is as likely to be chosen as any other. So we would say each person is as likely to be chosen as any other. That would be a simple random sample. So everybody has a chance to be chosen and they have an equal amount of chances. So one way that Miss Wilson could do a simple random sample is she writes every student's name on a piece of paper. And then she puts all the names in a bowl and then she picks names without looking. So let's say that she wants to give the survey to 40 students. So she has everybody's names on a piece of paper in that bowl, and then she's going to just randomly pull out 40 names, and then those are the students that she's going to give the survey to. So that's a simple random sample because every person is as likely to be chosen because everybody's name is in the bowl, and then she's just randomly choosing them. So the next type is, in the second row, a systematic random sample. So for this one, the people are selected according to a specific, I'm going to just say interval because usually that's what you would see. So everybody has an opportunity to be chosen, but there's a certain or a systematic way that they're chosen. So one way Miss Wilson can do this sample is she has a list, alphabetical list of all the students in our school. And then she's just going to go down that list and she's going to choose every 20th person. So every 20th person she will give this survey to. Okay, so everybody has a chance, and then there's a systematic way she's choosing those students. So that would be a systematic random sample. Okay, so the important thing here about these is that you guys need to remember that if either of these types of samples are used, then the results are unbiased. Okay, and that's what we want, okay, because it's accurate. So let's move down. So next we will look at biased samples. So there's 2 types of biased samples. So one type is called a convenient sample. So convenient sample are people that are easily accessed. So not everybody's going to have a chance because you just go to one group of people because it's easy to get to them. So an example of this would be that Miss Wilson just surveys the students in one PE class. So let's say she just says, oh, I'm going to just survey Mrs. Kern's second period PE class. Okay, so that would be a convenient sample because she's just going to one group of people. And that is biased because not everybody has a chance to participate. Okay, so it's biased. And then the last type of bias sample is called a voluntary response. So with this, only those who want to participate do. So it's voluntary. So an example would be Miss Wilson posts on the 7th grade Google Classroom and the 8th grade Google Classroom her survey question of what is the best sport you've played in PE, and she says only, it's optional, you don't have to do the survey. So those results would be biased, okay, because it's voluntary. And the reason why voluntary responses are biased is because the people that are really interested in that survey are going to be the ones that respond. Students that don't really have a favorite sport in PE or, don't really like PE, then they're not going to respond. So those results are going to be biased. Now, in IXL, it's talking about something else about if the samples are representative, okay? So if it's a simple random sample or systematic, so if it's one of these two, then we would say that these are, I don't know if this whole thing is going to show, are representative of the entire population, okay, because it's unbiased. If it's one of these bottom two, then we would say they are not representative of the entire population. So I hope this is helpful. I will also do a second screencast of just some IXL examples to walk you through it.